Paris-Roubaix and the Tour of Flanders are two of the most prestigious, most grueling, and most entertaining cycling races in the world. But have you ever wondered what would happen if you combined the Tour of Flanders with Paris-Roubaix in one race? Well, thanks to a member of the PCM community, HYS16, we're about to find out on Pro Cycling Manager 25. And this is what that Frankenstein abomination looks like, with the first 70% of the route being Paris-Roubaix and the last 30% RVV. And I think the first sector is the real first sector of Paris-Roubaix, Trois-Villes-Inchy, and eventually we go to, I think, Trouet-d'Ardenberg right here at about 100 kilometers in. Then we continue onwards, Mons-en-Pévèle right here, and the second last sector, I think, is Carrefour de l'Arbre. After a roughly 30-kilometer flat section to transition into Flanders, we've got the Hotond, after which we've got Oude Quaremont, Paterberg, Koppenberg, and so forth, with obviously, as the final two climbs, once again, Oude Quaremont and also the Paterberg right here. Gotta say, you have to be an absolute sicko to invent this shit. But I undoubtedly want to play through this on Pro Cycling Manager, so let's select a team. Of course, this man, Tadej Pogačar, with 80 cobble stat, 83 hill stat, and amazing secondaries, has to be the favorite. Together with Mathieu van der Poel of Alpecin with 80 hill stat and 83 cobble stat, so a better cobble stat, but a worse hill stat, and slightly worse secondaries. And then there's also Wout van Aert, the recent winner of Paris-Roubaix, and I gotta say, I cried a little bit. 77 hill stat only, 80 cobble stat, and his secondaries are not that fantastic. There's truly so many teams I could pick from, even Ineos with Filippo Ganna, but I think I'll go with Wout van Aert and Visma Leasebike, because it's been a while since I've played with this team, so let's have some fun with the Belgian man. Now, I think it's pretty funny to select Jonas Vingegaard, send him in the breakaway and see how fast he crumbles. But of course, Wout van Aert is the leader of my team in this race, with also Jorgensen, Brennan, Laporte, so a pretty strong team around him. Wait a second, according to the game, Stefan Kung is the 4th favorite above Wout van Aert? That is heresy. That said, Mathieu van der Poel, Pedersen and Pogačar are the favorites, so let's try to beat them. So, the race starts in Cambrai. I don't know where that is, but it is just before the first cobble sector of Paris-Roubaix, so we'll start off by getting our boys to the front. Jonas Vingegaard with a -1. Oh no, our leader! On a serious note, a +1 on Wout van Aert, so that is fantastic. 83 cobble stat, immediately lots of attackers into the breakaway, so let's monitor that. The first cobble sector is coming up in about 5 kilometers, so if I want Jonas in the breakaway as a meme, I gotta hurry. Okay, as you can see, the race itself is a bit buggy. I can't see the grass around us, but I also don't really care. So there goes Jonas into the attack, trying to get into the breakaway, and I failed, so that's not a great start. And this right here is already the first cobble sector of the race, so the action has begun. Narvaez is pacing for UAE Team Emirates, a 6-man breakaway up the road with Tim Merlier, Olaf Kooi and so forth, so some sprinters in there, but the peloton itself is still in one piece with my riders well positioned, so that is perfect. Ay, Byron Munton off the back. I know he can climb, but 59 cobble stat. Why is he here? Honestly, I won't get Jonas into the breakaway, so I might as well use him to protect Matteo Jorgensen on this one, and maybe I should use Hagenes to protect Laporte. I don't think I will, because Hagenes has 78 cobble stat on the day, so a pretty good day as well. Morgado is pacing together with Grove, so the top teams are making this race super hard. Do they know the RVV route is coming after this Paris-Roubaix section? While the riders in the peloton keep on attacking to the breakaway, I want to talk about the most recent Paris-Roubaix with Wout van Aert as the winner. Like, the chaotic nature of the race made it super entertaining. Mechanicals by Pogačar, Mathieu van der Poel and Wout van Aert, the chaos in Trouet-d'Ardenberg, but Wout van Aert winning was a true cherry on top. Throughout Wout's entire career, winning one of Paris-Roubaix or the Tour of Flanders was a massive objective, partially because a teammate of his in 2018 passed away during Paris-Roubaix, Michael Holards, and to see Wout dedicate that victory in his interview after the race, that was so incredibly tear-making. Anyway, in the meanwhile, we're about 10 kilometers away from Trouet-d'Ardenberg, and Wout is still chilling in the peloton as we speak with a 3-man breakaway up the road now, and that includes Bergmoes, Van den Berg and Madouas. They've got 2 minutes 30, so it's not that big of a deal, but not much is happening in the peloton so far, but now it's time for the big one. For the first 5-star sector, through it automatic, and the breakaway is on it. Let's go! And this is where Matthew Brennan comes into action on 75 relay to try and hammer a bit into the peloton, up the tempo, and make people suffer. Wout van Aert sitting in a good position, Brennan is pacing quite well, Jonas is losing quite a bit of energy, but that's not exactly a surprise. It's a shocker that he survived so far. Brennan can stop pacing after this sector though, because I don't want to overextend too early. On to sector, I think, 18, Ornau Wadini with Brennan once again pacing on this cobble sector, trying to make the race a little bit harder because it's been quite passive so far. Oh shit, Jonas is punctured, ay 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 ay. Buddy, that's a skill issue. But we keep on pushing every single cobble sector, punctured by Tim Wellens, so a teammate of Tadej Pogacar. Is he still in the peloton though? Yes, he is, so these punctures are not really having consequences for now. By the way, today's video is sponsored by NordVPN. As a cycling fan, it's becoming harder by the day to find a live broadcast for every race, especially when some might not even be available in your country. NordVPN helps you protect your online privacy by masking your IP address, pretending to be somewhere else, for example, in a different country. Without diving into too much detail, a VPN can be a very powerful tool for a cycling fan. Anyway, if you want to try NordVPN, you can get 70% off a 2-year subscription or 55% on a 1-year subscription through the link below. Like, there's only 30-40 kilometers left of Paris-Roubaix, so I was hoping for a bit more damage in the peloton so far. Yes, there's people dropping, but it's literally just modern adventure riders and Magnus Cort Nielsen for some reason. I'm pretty sure he punctured. I'm going in train formation for the next sector, Orchiles-Orchy, where Brennan is gonna hammer it on 90 for now, because I want to bring some damage to this peloton, and nothing is happening really. This is the lead attacking with a few more riders here, but a crash in the peloton by quite a few riders, including Nils Politt, but they're literally getting up still in the peloton, so that is quite funny. Kilich has to take over from Brennan, who is basically done for, so that man is gone. Vingegaard is gone as well, but I gotta get some water for my teammates up here soon. And that brings us to Mons-en-Pévèle, second 5-star sector. Kilich is still pacing on 85. The peloton has split a little bit, so a 31-man group off the back with Lukáš Kubíš. Ay, 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 buddy. That's not very good. Wout van Aert looking fantastic, and I think we're gonna damage the peloton even more, but we're down to 4.5 riders, so that's kind of early. We're not even halfway the race yet. There's about 7 Paris-Roubaix cobble sectors left on the menu, so it's closing in quite quickly. Carrefour de l'Arbre. We got water somehow, even though my teammates didn't get it for me. I don't care. I'm happy. Wout van Aert puncture! Wout van Aert puncture! Team, panic, panic, panic! 0, everybody, come on! Sit up, wait for Wout! But somehow I'm still in the peloton, so I'm not complaining about that. Let's get them back up to 88 and put Wout in the wheel here. There we go. And we're back in formation, basically, but towards the back of the peloton, so let's move up. Honestly, just before a longer asphalt section, that was a pretty perfect moment to have a mechanical with Wout, so we're pretty much back to the front of the peloton already. We're now on our way to Canfin-en-Pévèle, the sector before Carrefour de l'Arbre, and the peloton is 127 people. I don't think that's ever happened in Paris-Roubaix. There we go, Kilich is pacing 75. This sector is pretty long, that's why it's quite difficult. My hands were hurting a lot when I did this during my Paris-Roubaix Sportive in 2024, but not much damage in the peloton, I think. But now it's time for Carrefour de l'Arbre, the last 5-star sector of the day. We've got a few riders up the road. Is that Tim van Dijken? Yes, indeed, with a 3-man breakaway of 2 UNO-X riders and Fred Wright, so that's intriguing, but Carrefour de l'Arbre is not doing anything because, well, it's so early in the race that the rest of the peloton simply does not care. And this sector right here was the last cobble sector of Paris-Roubaix, so it's done for. The rest of the race is a Tour of Flanders. And of course, in this 30-kilometer flat section, there's no point in me pushing the peloton forward and keeping the people that drop behind, because I need to recover myself as well, so Brennan and Kilich are basically done for. Let's get some yellow back. By the way, poor Jonas Vingegaard riding solo 11 minutes behind. Imagine winning the Tour de France multiple times and then having to do this human torture event. I'm not sure I can call this a valley, but in this middle section we've got quite a bit of attacks once again by the league, Girmay and Segaard and Eekhoff to get into a anticipation move, but the final of this race is so difficult that you need like 4 minutes on Pogacar to have a chance. Anyway, it's time. The Tour of Flanders is about to begin with the Nieuwe Kruisberg Holtond. After that, Oude Quaremont and Paterberg. So this 100-man peloton, that's gonna come down to a lot less soon. Of course, the Hoton is not exactly the steepest nor the hottest climb in the world. We've got quite a tempo of Morgado though. This climb in real life, by the way, I don't think I've ever ridden there without having a close pass by a giant truck. Truly a terrifying road to ride on. Anyway, in the fast downhill towards the foot of the Oude Quaremont, we've got ourselves in a pretty good position, but we gotta get over that segment at the front. There we go, onto the cobbles as we speak. Screens is spacing for Trek, but we are sitting quite well. We're losing a couple of positions, so let's hope we can move up. The peloton is slipping into pieces quite quickly. I don't think it's 100 people after this sector. Are there gonna be more splits? Yeah, more people dropping off the back, that's for sure. But I really have to move up because I'm literally at the back of the group and the Paterberg is about to begin, so come on, Wout. Move up, buddy, move up. It's not the longest climb in the world, and we actually survived that quite well, to be honest. By the way, what is Pogačar doing at the entire back of this peloton? Like, we were in a bad position, but Pogačar was in Narnia. Anyway, next up is the Koppenberg, so let's get into position. There we go, 87, 88, 90 to the front of the race here. Wout van Aert is doing well, the breakaway is about to get caught. Pogačar is right here, so in a better position now, and the peloton is kind of not splitting. Oh, that's an attack. Mathieu van der Poel just attacked on top of the Koppenberg. That's unusual. 20 seconds is the gap, but UAE still has multiple domestiques for Pogačar, so it's their problem, not mine. Actually, Wellens is not exactly pacing, so it might be my problem. Do I have to react? Matteo Trentin is starting to pace, but the gap is up to 1 minute for Mathieu van der Poel, so this might have been a masterstroke. Next up is the Taaienberg right here. Pogačar once again pretty badly positioned behind Wout van Aert here, and the gap of Mathieu van der Poel is up to 1 minute 30, so I definitely need to start helping in this group. Mr. Hagenes can get to the front and ride on 85. Wout van Aert can sit up on maintain position, but don't block Hagenes. He needs to pace back Mathieu van der Poel. With 30 kilometers to go, this peloton is still 60 riders. How is that even possible? Now, on the Oude Kruisberg, the gap is up to 1 minute 40. Hagenes is pacing 85, but it's not enough, so it's time for Laporte to do some work. And there goes Pogačar, but why is Laporte losing ground? That makes no sense. What happened there? I was literally on effort cursor 85, and Laporte went backwards. And now I'm chasing down not Van der Poel, but the group of Pogačar here. Come on, get back to the wheel. I'm wasting Laporte completely here, and I'm gonna have to do the same with Jorgensen as well now, because I want to catch the second group as fast as possible, because the Oude Quaremont is coming. There we go, the group is almost back, but Jorgensen is basically done for. It's gonna be Wout van Aert himself closing it on the Oude Quaremont now, but we are in the wheel. We are in the wheel. Come on, Wout, close the gap, close the gap, close the gap. 99 to the front. Pass the group, buddy. Pass the group. Mathieu van der Poel is right there. Mathieu is right there. We are catching him. Come on, boy. Come on, Wout. Get to the wheel here. There we go. Oude Quaremont done. And I'm going to get in the wheel of Pogačar now for the Paterberg. Oh, shit. Pedersen attacks. Come on, guys. Someone pace. Please. Last climb of the day is coming up after an excruciating race. The Paterberg is right here. I'm gonna go myself on the right side of the road. There comes the attack. Pogačar's doing it. I'm getting blocked by Johnny Vermeers right now. Can I get to the wheel of Pogačar over the top here? The gap is 20 seconds. Is anybody going to relay in this group of 11 riders? Because otherwise, Miss Pedersen might win Paris-Roubaix, whatever it's called. Oh shit, that's a move by Tadej Pogačar. I'm in the wheel of Ghana right now, trying to follow whatever Pogačar was doing. And Pogačar's done for when it comes to his red bar, so I'll make the bridge myself right now, and let's pace 85 together with Pedersen. The gap is 13 seconds on the group of Pogačar, and I think we can pull this off. 6k to go. Last 3.5 kilometers, gap is 21 seconds right now, but I don't have a red bar, so this is not looking fantastic. I'll switch to the wheel of Pedersen now with 2 kilometers to go, and he's gonna wait. He's gonna wait. This is bad. Get to the wheel of Stuyven. Get to the wheel of Stuyven. Get to the wheel of anyone. Who's gonna launch? No one's gonna launch? Literally no one. No one's launching. No one's launching. No one's launching. They've got a better red bar than me though, so this is not looking good. I'll go and switch to the wheel of Tadej Pogačar right now. Is that a possibility? 1k to go. I don't have a red bar. I can't launch. I forgot my energy gel. This is really bad. No one's sprinting. There goes Mathieu van der Poel. We're gonna try and get to the wheel. Come on, come on, come on, bud. Mathieu van der Poel is gonna win Paris-Roubaix. We're gonna finish probably off the podium. Ghana passes me. Pedersen passes me. A 4th place for Wout van Aert. Ay. We tried, but I tried to get to the wheel of Pedersen, but then he didn't want to relay anymore, which is kind of understandable. Should I have just kept relaying with Mess Pedersen and then sprint with no red bar? Honestly, in hindsight, maybe I should have relayed with Pedersen because now I finished 4th in a 2-up sprint. But in the end, Mathieu van der Poel is the winner of this abomination of a race with RVV and Paris-Roubaix in one. Gotta say, it was super fun to play, but I'm a bit salty that I lost. That said, if you want to see more crazy parkours on Pro Cycling Manager like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below. Lastly, a massive shout out to HYS16 who made this parkour for Pro Cycling Manager, and I think that's the end of today's video, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye!